Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. Drew finds Jordan relaxing at the Metro Court pool and is shocked, as this isn't the Jordan he knows. She just finished a dumpster fire of a meeting, so Laura told her to take the day off. Drew admits he wants to get his last few days of relaxation and laps in before he announces his run for Congress, as his days are going to get crazy. Jordan asks what Scout thinks about his run. Drew hasn't told her yet, as he wants her to be a carefree kid for as long as possible before this hits the media. Jordan says this could be a big moment for the both of them, as he could take Scout on the road. She would learn about campaigning and politics, and people will love her. She notes a lot of people vote with their emotions. Curtis arrives and agrees Scout could be his secret weapon. Curtis and Drew decide to get in the pool and do their laps while Jordan soaks up the sun. Later, Drew thanks Curtis for all the great work he's doing at the wellness division. Curtis loves his work and says Drew just needs to focus on running as his opponent Chelsea Grimes, who is only in politics for what it can do for her. He wants to make sure Drew wins this. Nina arrives and tells Jordan she hopes she's enjoying herself. She spots Curtis with Drew and walks over to them. She tells Drew that something has come up and he needs to know. She informs him about what happened with Blaze's mother, how the invader ran the initial article, and that the rest of the media is following suit to try to make this into a scandal. She explains she had to give a 24-hour delay in the publication of Crimson so that the deception team could handle this with a new ad saying, "No one cancels love." She asks what he thinks. Drew says this is a tough decision, but she made the right call, and he is impressed by the compassion she showed Blaze. He thinks it's worth the hit to the bottom line to show a message of tolerance. Curtis notes Nina is great with PR, and Drew could use her on his campaign. Jordan comes over with Drew's phone, saying his messages are blowing up. Drew reads them and says it's official. He is now Drew Quartermain. Dex continues to help Joss and Trina move in, and he can't believe how much stuff they have. He recalls everything he had fit in one backpack when he was in the army. Joss and Dex go looking for tools they need in the garage. Trina continues unpacking and finds a book of art that Spencer once gave her. Geo walks in, and she jumps and drops the book. Geo apologizes for startling her. She explains Spencer gave her this book, and art was something had in common. She goes on to say that Spencer went to places she could only dream of going. She used to imagine a future traveling with him, but now it won't happen. She says even though she knows he's gone, that she sometimes expects him to walk through the door. Geo understands sometimes all you can ever feel is someone's absence. Geo reveals to Trina that he lost his mom when he was 10. He says she was a musician and his first violin teacher. He also notes she was not just a great musician, but a great mom too. He says they were their own little family in this big Cerulo clan. And then one day she was gone. Trina gets it, how someone who was your whole world one day is gone the next. Geo says it's pretty hot out, so they'll grab them all some waters from the house. He leaves, and Trina is emotional. Later, Dex catches Joss as she falls off a chair while changing the battery in the smoke alarm. Joss admits that she thought she and Trina could do this move themselves. Dex asks if she's saying she's stubborn. She says she prefers to say she knows when someone has changed and when she needs to change, and that nobody is perfect. Dex says she comes pretty close, and they passionately kiss. She stops and says she doesn't want to rush this. Dex doesn't either. Well, he does, but he doesn't want to mess it up. Geo and Trina show up with bottles of water and interrupt Dex and Joss kissing. Later, Geo and Trina are alone and setting up the living room. Trina sings a bit, and Geo tells her that she's got a great voice, calling it her instrument. Trina thinks he's saying that because he's her friend. Geo doesn't say anything about music he doesn't mean. She asks who he listens to. He lists classical legends and asks her who her legend is. Trina tells him it's Aretha. After finally getting everything settled, Joss, Trina, Geo, and Dex toast to the new apartment. At Deception, Maxie and Brooklyn fume over the trolls spamming their social media and the customers who feel they'd been lied to about Blaze's life. Maxie hates that any customers would think they wanted Blaze to hide who she was. They also feel for Blaze regarding her mother's words. Brooklyn mentions speaking to Blaze about coming out, but they know she couldn't because of her mother. They hate that someone took Blaze's own choice on how to come out away from her and talk about how disgusting press outings are. They discuss how they've both said things they are glad weren't on tape, and no matter how much Natalia may want to, she can't take this back. Blaze arrives to see them. She apologizes to them for the things her mother said and for her decision to stay closeted. She knows she's a liability to deception, so she resigns. Maxie tells her that she has nothing for her to be sorry for, and their hearts hurt for her. They have been talking and think it's a good idea to pause her work until the fall and let this all settle. Brooklyn gets a message and tells Blaze she's sorry, but the label has dropped her. Blaze cries there is no reason for her to be the face of deception anymore, as she's nothing without her music. Maxie says they've all been knocked down and come back from the bottom. Brooklyn promises they'll turn this into a triumph. Maxie adds that people will be sorry they turned their backs on her. Maxie says they love payback, it's their unofficial company motto. Blaze thanks them for their support but walks out. Maxie tells Brooklyn that she's not giving up on Blaze or deception. Brooklyn says Blaze doesn't want to be a model, that she wants to be a singer. She lost her chance to sing, and she won't let Blaze lose hers. Christina shows up at Natalia's room. She tells her Natalia can hate her, but what she did to Allison was unforgivable. She yells at Natalia that she doesn't even know her own daughter, and that she is her mother and is supposed to protect her. So what is wrong with her? Christina tells Natalia she packed a hell of a lot of homophobia in one sentence. Natalia explains she didn't grow up like she did, and she won't apologize for that. Christina yells that she talked about her daughter, using words like flighty, which is not Allison. Natalia snarks, maybe I wasn't referring to her. Christina says if she is the flighty gay, then she knows less about her than she does her own daughter. Natalia snaps that Christina has only seen a snapshot of her relationship with Allison. Christina tells her that she doesn't get to pick and choose the parts of her child that she does and doesn't love. Natalia suggests she seek her out in 20 years when that child she's carrying is hurting, and she wants to take her pain away. She knows she's not carrying that baby for herself, and she's in for a big shock. Christina angrily yells that she is carrying this baby for her sister, who she loves, and this is the most important thing she's done in her life. Natalia says maybe Christina can hand that baby off and be indifferent to it. But her children are her life, the best part of her. She didn't stop loving them when they no longer needed her for their survival. Christina calls her love limited for not loving Allison for who she is. Natalia argues that she is struggling as this wasn't how she was raised. Christina asks what not to believe that gay people existed. Natalia cries, no, that gay people were confused and sick, that they chose to be that way, and they were wrong. More, Sunny's misplaced anger at Ava. Christina is taken aback. She says there is science and genetics that now say otherwise. Natalia says she's trying to understand, and she is sorry if it's not coming quickly enough for her liking. Christina says she can blame her upbringing all she wants, but the reason she is a bigot is all on her. She tells her that Allison is hurting and in pain, and Natalia is the reason for that. Natalia won't let Christina question her love for her daughter. Christina asks where that love was when she said those things about Allison. Natalia snarls that she's only let her go on this long out of respect for her father. Christina scoffs, not the respect for your daughter? Natalia tells Christina it's time for her to go, and to tell her daughter that she loves her. Christina states, nobody needs your kind of love, and I will make sure Allie doesn't need you again for anything. Christina returns home and finds Allison in tears. Allison cries that her label dropped her, and everything she's worked for and her mom has wanted for her is gone. Dante stops by Sonny's office to check in on his dad. Sonny says he can tell the commissioner he's doing nothing wrong. Dante brings up Natalia, who he knows his dad likes. Sonny says he hates what she said, but this is Ava's fault, and he will hurt her in ways she doesn't even know. Dante asks what Ava did now, and Sonny explains she leaked the recording of Natalia to the press. Dante knows Ava is capable of a lot, but why do this? Sonny believes she was jealous that he took Natalia to the wedding and was out to hurt him, especially given they have a custody battle coming up over Avery. Sonny says, "You hurt me, that's one thing. You hurt my daughter. You are a dead man." Dante understands he is angry, but advises him not to do anything rash. Sonny tells Dante if he doesn't have a warrant to be here, then leave. Dante says that's not how they are going to do this. Sonny states Dante has said before that their lives don't mesh, so he tells Dante to get out of his life. Dante refuses because he is his son, and when his dad hurts, he hurts. He knows his dad feels he needs to do something, but he doesn't have to. Dante won't let his dad do something that could come back and destroy him. Sonny fumes that the Jeromes destroyed his family, that they killed Connie and Morgan. Sonny vents that Ava has stabbed him in the back again and again and hurt those close to him. Sonny knows he made a mistake in letting Ava back into his life and live at his house. He says Avery's mother is like the rest of the family, but he's the one who gets judged. He fumes that he has a code, that he doesn't let drugs or crime on the streets. That's what the Jeromes do. Sonny says Ava is a psychopath, just like her sister, only she hides it better. He promises to take her down as the last of Jeromes. Dante warns if he goes after Ava, then he'll lose Avery. Sonny says he is not the bad guy here, that he doesn't hurt kids. He's never hurt a kid. He says Ava hurt his kid and wants to take another from him, so he's going to start acting like everything thinks he really is. Dante tells his father that everyone needs him to pull it together.